people are acting on a whole nother level on that. So can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Welcome back to Mona's Take, everyone. I am your host, Monadrose, and we are here to talk about everything reality TV. You have to excuse my hot mess tonight. It's been a rough couple of days, but I'm trying to get it back together and get caught up. I will start out by saying the feeds are off. They've been off since about 1:30 this afternoon, I think. Yeah, they went off about 1:30 this afternoon. So we're assuming that they're addressing with everyone in the house that Luke was removed. Why Luke was removed. So if you guys have not seen this, Luke was removed for making a racial slur in the house. He was speaking with Jared. Corey is, they were all in the have-not room. He was talking about their room being the G room and let out a racial slur. As soon as he said it, he grabbed his mouth and said, bro, instead of what he had said before. Not going to repeat that. There's no reason for anyone to ever use that word, in my opinion. But he has been expelled from the house. So he has been taken out of the house. And the house guests have been informed as to that fact and why he's being removed. So I'm figuring that they cut the feeds off so that they could get everyone's reactions on video so that they can show it on the live feed. I mean, on the TV show. We talked about it before. Things happen in the house, and if someone's just a casual watcher where they just watch the show and nothing else, stuff like this doesn't make sense to them because they don't have a clue. One day the person is there and the next day the person's gone. So they have to explain it. So CBS put out a statement today saying that he would be expelled from the house and that they would address it in tonight's show. So I'm sure the feeds are going to probably stay off until after the Thursday night show, I would expect. So then we can get back into it. I am at this point, the plan next week, I'm going to let you guys know this because I'm going to be in and out for the next probably couple of weeks. My friend is going to need some help packing up things, going through things of that nature. So I'm going to be back and forth between here and my friend's house. For those of you who don't know, I lost a very dear friend and out of our circle, and we are trying to help her husband. So, that being said, my videos are going to probably be sporadic. I'm going to attempt to work on this and my jewelry business behind me all weekend, and then go back up there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and back here Thursday. So I probably won't be watching the live feeds while I'm up there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I will be keeping close eye on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all of that. I'll be keeping a close eye on that. But as far as posting videos, I'm probably not going to be doing next week. You probably won't get a video out of me until Thursday after the live eviction. So that's the game plan for right now. So, Luke makes the 5th person that has been expelled from the game. From what I can tell, is he's the only person that's ever been expelled for using a racial slur. We've had people expelled for making threats. We've had Willie, which I think was the last one that was expelled season 14, for headbutting someone. We've had people expelled for making threats against other house guests and threatening to kill them and things of this nature. But this is the first time we've ever had someone expelled for using racial slurs. Not that it hasn't happened, but it's the first time that somebody's actually been expelled for it. And like I said, no one's been expelled since season 14 with Willie. Alright, that being said, let's talk about Cameron. So Cameron has evidently figured out that the other side of the house came together. And is now trying to get he's now trying to get Riley to flip against everyone else, join the other side of the house with him. He's went to the other side of the house and told them about the family style alliance, the handful alliance. He told them everything. And he went to Riley and told her, I told them everything. I came clean. You need to do the same thing. You need to let them see your good heart. You need to let them realize that we didn't do this to be bullies, or we didn't do this to alienate any one person. That we were just a group of friends that came together, and we took it too far because we created the alliance that excluded them. And honestly, I don't know what the hell this dude's doing. No clue what is in his mind. He thinks he is making good TV. He thinks he is making history because this is the 25th season. But I'm getting vibes from this guy that he's not a good person from what I can see in the house at all. He didn't tell Riley that he was doing this until after the fact. So he basically just threw the whole other side of the house under the bus in front of the other side of the house, which was the Bye Bye Bitches, but then they added Red and Ism to that alliance, which made it the Professors, which now Cameron is trying to join and bring Riley along with him. Not a clue. I mean, I'm going to be quite blunt with you. Big Brother has always been about lying and backstabbing and alliances. And you can't make it to the end without a good alliance, period. So now it's become, in Cameron's mind, socially unacceptable to form an alliance and leave people out. Y'all ever seen the 16-person alliance? How's that going? Who's the first to go? Who decides that? It's crock. It's a crock of shit. Excuse my French, but it is. Jesus, you are not in there to make friends. You are in there to win some money. And in order to win some money, you got to be able to lie and backstab and get to the ends of the game, stay in the game. Turning on your alliance as soon as Riley's reign's over, which it basically is, the power of the veto is not used. So Riley's reign is currently over. The House is going to do what the House wants to do as far as voting Kirsten out. And I believe that that's probably what's going to happen. So now he's like, well, I need to make sure that if the other side of the House wins, HOH, that Riley and I are good. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, Riley is still spiraling. She's still up in her bedroom crying how she feels so bad because she feels like she split the house because she started the alliance. Again, are you people, what are you not getting? It's a flippin' game. Come on. I can't with these two. They are going to drive me absolutely bonkers this season. The sooner those two are out of that house, the better I will feel. Oh, she's crying. I feel like I alienated half the house and it's all my fault. Bitch, please. That's how I'm feeling about her right now. Suri, everybody is getting on Suri's nerves. I think being in Survivor, maybe it's the fact that you have an island. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm yelling like this. I don't know what the difference is. But on Survivor, maybe it's because they have an island. They have places that they can go to get away from people. They have the beach. They can go swimming. They can go fishing. They can take a nap. They can do whatever they want to do on Survivor. Do not have all 17 people together. I think that is finally starting to get to Suri, that she can't go anywhere and get 5 minutes of peace by herself. So everybody's getting on her nerves. She can't stand Riley. She can't stand Cameron. Bowie, who is on her alliance, is even getting on her nerves because she's always happy. Everything is getting on Suri's nerves. If she doesn't bring that together, I can see her getting snappy with people. She doesn't like Riley because she thinks Riley is being fake. Same with Cameron. And she said that on Survivor, that people aren't playing this hard this fast. That, week one, you wouldn't have this many alliances and this much back and forth and this much paranoia and all of that. That it's just too much for the first week for her. So hopefully she'll get used to that, because this is Big Brother. It's not Survivor. I can't wait till they ask her which game was harder on her, because she's played Survivor, and she's done Traitors, and now Big Brother. So I can't wait to see what she says about which one is harder. So, with Luke being expelled, are we going to have an eviction Thursday? We don't know. Typically, when there has been an expulsion, or like with Paloma last year, where self-evicted or whatever, normally if there's two people on the block and one of them already goes home for self-eviction or expulsion or whatever, then the other one is safe and they cancel the eviction. However, with Luke not being on the block, I don't know if they are going to do a reset of the game where Kirsten gets to stay. We had already heard rumors that nobody would be evicted this week, that there would be some type of reset. And so it would be like the week never happened and Riley would get to compete again in HOH and everything would start over. So I don't know. We will see tonight if there's an eviction, how they handle this. I figure most of the show tonight is going to be about Luke and his mess, and I hate it, because then we miss so much about what's actually going on in the house on the show, that it turns into a PSA, a public service announcement, which shouldn't even have to happen. Someone who uses that word so freely that it just slips out of their mouth like that, they use that word a lot. That's not something that just slips out of your mouth if it's not part of your vocabulary already. So that concerns me, that we're going to spend probably most of the hour tonight on that. Hopefully we will get to see the HOH unfold, but I have a feeling that it's probably going to go into one of those where we have to wait till they play the HOH and see on the live vids who comes in with a key around their neck. But we'll see. But what we do know is that most likely, if there is an infection, that Kirsten will go home. I don't see any world where they vote out Mama Felicia over Kirsten. I just don't see it. Alright, with this Cameron dude again. So I told you guys I didn't like him like last week. I just feel like he's playing to the cameras and it shows. And I think Riley does the same thing. You can tell how she's talking, the tone of her voice, when she's talking to someone who's not in their core alliance, the 5. If she's talking to anybody outside that alliance, her vocabulary changes, the way she speaks, the tone of her voice, the sound of her voice, everything changes if she's talking to anybody else. But I have a feeling that Cameron is going to flip back and forth. He's going to go with wherever he thinks the power's going next. He's not going to stay true to anybody. Soraya is not trusting of Red. They decide as a group to question Red because they think he may be going to the other side. And he did go to the other side and talk to Riley a bit. But they're going back and forth. One minute they trust him, then they call him in and question him about some stuff. And then they're like, okay, well that makes sense. So they trust him again. But then they're untrusting of him. So the professors are going back and forth on whether they can actually trust Red. To the point, at one point, somebody mentioned even putting him up if they had a household. So we'll see how that goes. Riley is, I don't remember if she was talking to Jag or if she was talking to Cameron, but she's worried that Blue is going to throw the HOH because Blue doesn't want to have to nominate Izzy or Ism, because she doesn't want the LGBTQ community coming after her if she has to put one of them up on the block. And according to family style, that's who's supposed to go next, is either Izzy or Ism, because those are the two that are causing the most controversy. Those are, or it's not really controversy, but those are the two that are a thorn in the other side of the house, because they're the ones rallying everybody and getting everybody together. So she thinks that Blue's not going to fight for the HOH. So that's going to be one less person that can win it. She can't win it because she's already HOH. Cameron done went to the other side, told everybody what was going on over there. So it would be Jag or Jared, which they're not trusting Jared as much either. Cameron went to Riley and told her she needs to watch out because he thinks Jared's on the other side of the house. Whole lot of distrust going on in that house for it to be week 1. They put a lot of paranoid people in there, that's for sure. The have-nots are over for the week, so they got to eat around midnight last night, night before last, whatever. So they're not have-nots anymore. They can eat what they want until the new have-nots are crowned, and I don't know if they're going to be volunteer or if it's going to be something to do with the competition. We'll see. Cameron, I also saw, I don't feel comfortable going over all of this with Luke and not covering the problematic things that Cameron has said. And I think that Cameron is doing it to be funny. However, there is absolutely nothing funny about telling a woman that you can't hit her on TV. And he said that to Riley a couple of times. She said, I'm blaming myself. I feel like I'm the one that caused the divide, this and that, and whatever. And he said, don't think that way. And he said, and I can't hit you on TV, so stop talking like that. And I'm like, And he has made that statement to her a couple of times. I can't hit you on TV, but that to me is not funny in any way. And I honestly don't know any man that would use that kind of vocabulary to make a joke about something, especially not hitting a female. Okay. I think if we do see an eviction this week, it's going to be Kirsten that goes home. However, I think there's going to be a battle back. I honestly believe, because of the note that got sent back after Corey came back, it said that Corey was taken from the game for only a couple of hours and the next house guest wouldn't be so lucky. So that tells me that the Netherlands or Nether regions or whatever they called it is probably going to be a battle back. It's going to be some kind of conditions. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be the backyard though, because the rest of the house would be punished to not be able to have the backyard. Unless it is the first 4 people evicted, kind of like Camp Comeback, where David and Cliff Hogg were put the first 4 people booted out. Were still in the house. They could see what was going on, but they couldn't compete. They couldn't talk game. They couldn't do any of that. So they just had to observe, but they were still in the house. They couldn't vote. Couldn't do any of that stuff. So I'm thinking that it may be something like that, and they may use the backyard, because the beds that were up there, I don't know if I got to do a video on this before I left or not, but the backyard's the upstairs, totally lined with beds. Never seen beds outside, ever. So I'm thinking, and the way that they have it so high this year, and they have like a jungle theme, camouflage kind of stuff up everywhere. I'm thinking that someone's going to be staying out in that backyard at some point. Is why would there be beds out there? And not only beds out there, but why would they be upstairs? Not around the pool or anything like that, to lounge on during the day or whatever. It's up where the tables normally are upstairs. So that's got me thinking somebody's going to be outside. But we'll see. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I have coming up. And remember, probably the next 2 weeks is going to be spotty for me until I get my friends squared away. And then I will get back on track and have a video out every day. So that's the game plan at the moment. Love you guys. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for all of the heartfelt messages that I've received and the understanding and dedication that you guys have for me. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow night after eviction. Much love.